For a lot of people, Utah is one of the best places to live, but in this video, I'm going to give you 6 different reasons why you should not move to Utah in 2025. The things that I'm going to cover in this video are going to be very important if you're considering making a move here, or maybe you already live here and you're going to agree or disagree with some of the things I have to say in this video. What I really want to talk about here is why somebody would not like living here based on making a move here to this area. If you're coming from California, you're coming from the Northwest, if you're coming from the Northeast, if you're coming from the South, wherever you're coming from, it's going to be quite a bit different than what we experience here in Utah. So I'm going to talk about 6 different things that happen here in Utah, or are the lifestyle that you experience here in Utah that you may or may not love. But if you're considering making a move here, make sure to watch this video all the way through to the end, because we're going to cover a lot of information here in this video. With that said, let's jump in. My name's Cody Steck, your favorite Utah realtor. If you're considering making a move here, even after I talk about these things here in this video, please reach out to me. As always, if you've watched any of my other videos, I always ask you guys, please reach out to me, call, text, or email me anytime. I've had thousands of people literally reach out to me over the last couple of years, and I absolutely love it. So if you're considering making that move, or you already live here and you want to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, please reach out to me. All right, so first up, number 1 on our list, this is something that I actually think is a pretty big one, especially when I travel to other areas, and that is going to be the location. I'm talking about the physical location of Salt Lake City, or even just northern Utah. When you come to this city, you have to realize that pretty much every other major city is going to be quite a ways away. If you're taking a car, you're looking at, probably about 4.5 to 5 hours to Boise, you're looking at 6 hours to Vegas, and you're looking at 7.5 hours to Denver. So driving is pretty difficult here to get to other major cities. If you're coming from California or the Northeast, or let's say, the 3 major cities in Texas or Florida or whatever, you can get to a lot of these other major cities within just a couple of hours in most cases. That is not the case here in Utah. You have to really depend on the location. Now, of course, you've got all of your daily amenities here that you would need in the state. Of course, you're going to have everything within 5 or 10 minutes, but if you're trying to go on a vacation, you're trying to get away for some entertainment or some relaxation, you may end up having to go further than you may have previously anticipated. A lot of times this means that you're flying out from the Salt Lake City airport to these other destinations. My wife and I, we've traveled to California quite a bit for vacation. We go to Mexico a lot, but these are just not places that you can really go and drive to in most cases. It just doesn't make sense in that instance. So you're gonna have to plan on flying. Driving is a little bit more difficult. Number 2 on our list is something that I've also experienced when I travel to other areas. In fact, a lot of these things that I'm going to talk about here on this video are related to my experiences from traveling to other areas. Here in Utah, number 2 on our list is that Sundays are pretty quiet. Generally speaking, because of the LDS population here, the LDS population believes in not really doing a whole lot on Sundays, right? They don't believe in shopping, they don't believe in recreation, or even forms of entertainment as well. So Sundays are pretty quiet. A lot of businesses will close early or are closed entirely on Sundays. And, if you go out in grocery stores, if you go to the gym, if you go to any other place around town, there's a really good chance that it's going to look like it's mostly empty. Now, for me, that's actually a really good thing, because I love going to the store on a Sunday because it's pretty much dead. I hate going to a store and there's tons of people and, it's hard to get around. But here in Utah, that's something you're going to experience. So for me, it's actually a good thing. But if you want, the activity, if you want the experience of having Sundays, having your weekends be busy and full and tons of activities and entertainment and all these things, that's something that's going to be lacking here in Utah. Number 3 on our list is a quick one, and that's going to be talking about the rain that we get here in the area. In fact, it's really about the lack of rain that we get here in the area. It doesn't rain very often here in Salt Lake. We do get rain throughout the year from time to time, but it really doesn't rain. Even in the spring, summer, and fall, we get limited amounts of rain. So if that's something you really enjoy, that's something you're going to have to know and adjust to if you're living here. Now, talking about rain, that actually is going to lead us to number 4 on our list here, which is going to be the weather. There's 2 things I want to mention about the weather here. Number 1, we do get all 4 seasons, which is actually pretty nice. We do get winter, we get spring, we get summer, we get fall. So you get that changing of the season. We get pretty hot summers, we get fairly cold winters, we get the snow, and we get kind of everything in between. That's really actually pretty nice. But the thing to know about the weather is that it can fluctuate quite a bit. For instance, just here today, it was really, really cold when I went to dinner earlier this night. However, earlier in the day, I actually snuck out for 9 holes of golf, and it was absolutely beautiful. So the weather can fluctuate quite a bit. It can be very warm during the day and then cool off quite a bit during the night. Even during the summer, you might be experiencing rain, it might be cloudy, it might be a little bit chilly, but then a couple hours later, it might be 90 degrees, hot and humid, and it fluctuates quite a bit. So that's something you kind of have to adjust to depending on where you're coming from. It may be similar or it may be vastly different. Number 5 on our list is going to be the entertainment that we have here in Utah. Now, the entertainment and the recreation and the things that you can do here in Utah are continuing to grow. However, Utah has fallen behind a lot of other major cities across the country. We don't have a ton of sports teams. We did just get the Utah Hockey Club, the official NHL team, which is pretty exciting. I'm very excited about that. I haven't been to a game yet, but I hope to get out there soon. So we did just get that, but we don't have a professional baseball team or a professional football team. So this is something that's going to be a little bit lacking. Also, when it comes to different things like concerts or venues or conferences, we don't get a ton of those experiences just because, generally these people, these companies, these celebrities who are thinking, hey, I'm going to go on tour, I'm going to go do this event, they're not generally looking at Salt Lake as a viable option for that. So you will end up traveling a lot for those. If that's your thing, if you're into that, you're going to travel a lot. There can be, for some people, a little bit of a lack of entertainment, a little bit of a lack of, high-end, nice restaurants, and just general overall recreation and fun things to do. So I've heard that complaint from some people. I personally don't think it's a huge issue, but a lot of people that I've heard from do actually say, yeah, it's not really the end of the world. I don't need to do that every single night, but it would be nice to have. And really quick, guys, just a reminder, if you're thinking about making a move here, or you already live here in northern Utah, or even anywhere in the state of Utah, please reach out to me. My team and I service the entire state. We've had thousands of people reach out. Please call, text, or email me anytime. I love hearing from you guys, and I cannot wait to hear from you on your own individual situation. Next up, let's talk about number 6 on our list, and that's going to be, honestly, if you hate the outdoors, Utah is not the place for you. Now, this is a little bit of a stretch, but I kind of wanted to add this in here towards the end of the video just to kind of give you an overall sense of how amazing Utah is. Now, really, honestly, yeah, if you hate the outdoors, then of course you could just stay indoors, and you can do that anywhere, right? Whether you live in Utah or you live in any other state, you can do that. But really, getting outdoors is a big driver for a lot of people here in Utah, and a lot of people love doing that. So if you're looking for any outdoor activity, there's tons of things here to do for getting outdoors, whether it's hiking, climbing, skiing, boating, golf, whatever it might be. You've got tons of options and tons of things to do. So honestly, if you hate getting outdoors, if that's really not your thing, then maybe not the place that you should consider. Maybe you should find another area that's going to be a little bit more suited to your particular needs if getting outdoors is not what you're looking for. With that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I love making these videos for you. We've got a ton planned for 2025. Thank you so much for sticking along this journey with me. Reach out if I can help in any way. And with that said, we'll catch you in the next one.